All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 3rd down from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Dropping back to throw. Able to find Wright. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out a little short of the 40. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and throw it here. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. Out of the gun, they'll to throw. From the 27. Finds Kincaid. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Rams finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Hauled in left side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's Carter on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Gets this to Kincaid. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Working quickly here. Back now, pressure on its way. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Trying to throw here out of the gun. On the move, headed right. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you got 2 more downs to try to find it 1st.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from the gun here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked off.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the 1st time. Runs inside the 35. And he's finally brought down at the 33. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Ball at the 33 for first down. He'll look to throw. He's on the move. Complete to DK Metcalf. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that gives them first and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Back now for the second quarter, and the Seahawks, they've got to look towards the end zone. Here's Walker running right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? But did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Pass play coming here. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal. They send out Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Maher connects there. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Evans now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Wright. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back to throw now. Chased out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. He's on the move. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Right, running out of the gun. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 10 now. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Setting up a throw. Throw left side, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They're going for this. Throw caught by his running back. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
1st down, ball at the 36. Throwing it again here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. This pass caught by Nakua. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down from the red zone. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take a 2nd quarter lead. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams take a 4-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. It is caught left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. From midfield now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 42. Buys time, rolling right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So it's second down coming up. He'll throw it yet again. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's a throw. And once again, they can't connect. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up fourth and long. Marr connects there. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Here's Carter on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. First and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route game at the combine all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Throwing from the gun. He's got a man left. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1. Here's a give inside to right. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. To throw here on first down. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that. Stays out of bounds. We've got second down.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
They'll throw on second and 10. Cut out left. He's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third and just 2 to go. Running back sent in motion. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Catch is made in close. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Right. And he's in for the touchdown. The Rams will add to their lead at the end of the half. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell, stopping you from reaching that end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Rams grow their lead to 8. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He'll throw it. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. As the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Looking for a throw here. He's going deep. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. It's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Pass play now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll throw it again. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. Picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 29. He fires one deep down the middle. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. He breaks the tackle. And the Rams, they're going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. Now a run with Wright. There he goes, right sideline. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams push their lead further to start the half. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Rams lead by 15 now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 48. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
In motion right is Metcalf. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now is the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Working inside the red zone. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They are throwing it again. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks shrinking the lead some in the third. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Evans now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Able to find Wright. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 46. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Seahawks are finally dragged down after the turnover and a great return back to the opposing 35.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Finds the in route complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks parlay the interception into points. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And they draw just the right throw, and it ties this game for them. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
No, go ahead though. You take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give for Wright. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. We're down to 1 quarter before we... Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll throw on 1st. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
No doubt. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he elects not to bring this one out, so no run back, and we'll pick things up from the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. It's caught Metcalf. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other and give him a chance to make a play.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's a Seattle touchdown. So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's Carter on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on 1st down. Right, reels it in. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Here's 2nd and 2. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Has the connection to right. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Throwing it again here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes this down to the 10 before hitting the sideline. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has it down close. It's an LA touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drop. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Seahawks will have a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Flush down out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Oh, he forced it. Intercepted, and that could do it. And the Rams get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. He'll throw it. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
A tight end in motion now. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent game here, but short of the first.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Rams leading by 7. And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Running behind center with Wright. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 1 yard for them, and now we'll see what they decide to do on 4th and short.